Hi, it's Michelle Butt. It is time for your weekly Life Lift. I'm coming to you from this beautiful little alcove I have upstairs, and the sun's coming in and it's nice and warm, and I just thought, change of scenery, because this has been an interesting week. I've tried to film a video for you guys this week for, 3 or 4 times, and I would get the lighting right and everything right, and the sound was off on the camera, or I got the whole thing done, and then when I went to edit it, realized it was blurry for the whole time. And that made me realize that the message that I thought I had to share, the thing that I was talking about for the last 2 days trying to make this video, was not what I was supposed to be talking about this week. And whether that's for you or it's for me, I realized that it came to me last night what I had to say. And this week what I realized was that there are things in our lives that give us really clear messages and indications as to how to continue to do something or when to stop doing something. And when those signs are physical, it's really easy to change our behavior. So for example, if you look at this here, this is the remnants of a burn. A couple weeks ago we were making homemade pizzas on a Friday night, and I was only using the little short oven mitts and put my hand in to get the pizza out, and I really burned my hand pretty badly on one of the oven racks, and it was bad. But what I realized when I was looking at myself last night was that I know now that whenever I go near that oven, especially if I have to reach in, I wear the longer gloves. Like, I protect myself from ever getting this kind of injury again, or from this kind of pain. And yet, when we get an emotional burn, like a deep one, we sometimes don't know where the scar is. We don't get to see the scar, so we don't have that reminder necessarily of the warning that we shouldn't do that again, or we're going to get burned, or we should protect ourselves if we have to go back into that situation, or we're going to get burned. So, it really hit home, because again, in my life there's a situation that keeps coming back, and I keep allowing myself to get emotionally burned by the situation and the person, because I don't have this physical reminder, or at least I don't think I do. And that's the problem with emotional scars, and that's why sometimes we need others to help us through it, or we need to recognize them in a different way, because when you can't see the evidence that says, look what happens when you do that, you tend to just, put that memory somewhere where it isn't easily accessed. And so you keep putting yourself in that situation again. You keep sticking your finger in that emotional oven. And one way that we can understand that we have an emotional scar that would keep us from continuing that pattern of behavior or heading into the fire again is by looking at our face. There are indications on our face that can sometimes tell us where we have a scar, where we have a lesson that we've learned, and we need to look at that and not ignore it. If I ignored this, then I'd keep sticking my hand in that oven without protection. And especially on our faces, if anyone has some horizontal wrinkles across their forehead, those are normally indications of lessons learned. And in this day and age of Botox and removing things and wanting to look our best, when you take those away, you take away the lesson, you take away the scar, and that makes you forget that you don't want to end up in that same place. You don't want to keep learning that lesson. So, that is just one thing that wrinkles can tell you. And Yet we look in the mirror and we despise them, just like, you know, I don't love this scar on my arm, but I know that it tells me something. And so when you look in the mirror and you may see something on your face that you don't like, realize that it is there for a reason. It's your emotional, physical indicator that you have something that you need to remember that will help you in your life, help you to be more safe, help you to not end up in a certain situation, or help you to continue to do that thing that is good for you. Our emotional scars are much harder to see and heal, and yet just like our bodies give us indications of things that can protect us, so do our faces. This is really your own little instruction manual. And, you know, I want you to remember that sometimes the things that you don't like are the things that can protect you the most or help you to learn something the most about yourself. For me this week, this was a big message. It was a message to remind me to look for the places where I'm forgetting that I keep heading into the emotional oven, and remember that I can, even if I have to go there, at least I can protect myself in a way that doesn't allow me to continue to get scarred and hurt. And I hope that in some way this really kind of metaphorical message resonates with you and that you see it. And if you want to know if there's anything on your face that is, you know, an indication for you about something you need to know, then I'm always here to help you translate it. In the meantime, I hope you continue to enjoy this day. I'm going to keep allowing the sunshine to come in on me and give me warmth and strength, and head into my weekend having fun and feeling empowered, and I wish the same for you. So until next week, I'm Michelle Butt, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.